Welcome back to my Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Easy Mode guide. In the last episode, we finished the third phase of the Ashina Castle and Ashina Outskirts. And now we are back at the dilapidated temple. And one thing I want you to notice here is when we go in here, the sculptor is now gone. And we can actually get some dialogue.
アシナ一心が言ってアシナはさて旦那あの死に損ないの侍やっと死ねたみてえだなまったく真面目侍の考えることはわからんぜ死なぬなら楽しく生きればよいものをよともあれ旦那ご苦労だったなあいつきっと成仏しているさ
That was actually dialogue from where we took care of the samurai, the training samurai guy who we met from the beginning, and we gave him what he wanted. He wanted to be reunited with his master or to die like his master died. And we see there, he tells us that the sculptor left muttering about flames and whatnot. And we can still upgrade our prosthetics and everything, even though the sculptor is gone. One thing that we really need to get for this fight is to upgrade to Suzaku's Lotus Umbrella. And we can also upgrade the rest of our stuff. You see, we got 4 Lupus Lazuli, I believe they're called. I'm sorry if I don't know the name exactly, but it is a vat that we can get to upgrade to the final stage of our prosthetics. And you don't get enough of that in one playthrough to upgrade all 4. So you actually have to go through New Game Plus if you want to have all of your prosthetics upgraded. But the best ones, in my opinion, to upgrade is to get the Lazulite Shuriken. It's not like necessary, they're okay. But the rest of the stuff, this has the Lazulite Axe has some uses. This, I don't really care much for it. The Lazulite Sabimaru is pretty good as well. But we're going to just upgrade as much as we can. Now that we got the umbrella, we're kind of okay for as far as what we need to finish the game. And like I said before, another thing that they don't give you that much of in one playthrough is the fulminated mercury. However, there are good farming spots for the fulminated mercury, and maybe I could do a video on farming for them. But the rest of this stuff here, this costs 2. Synthro's actually pretty good for New Game Plus, but for now, we're not really that much worried about it. The Great Feather Mist Raven is pretty good to get upgraded, and we will upgrade it just so we can just move forward. I mean, we don't really need it at the moment. All right, yeah, that'll do, donkey. Okay, we're gonna go take on now what is known as the Demon of Hatred, and this is by far one of the hardest bosses in the game. I really struggle with him, and I think a lot of people struggle with him because he's like I said, this game is you're meant to do combat in a certain way, but there are a handful of bosses that's more like a Dark Souls boss, to where trying to take down their posture and deflect and everything is not necessarily the best way to go. They're more like a Dark Souls where you're trying to dodge, attack, and obviously we're going to be blocking too and deflecting some, but he's really hard to do, as you'll see. Let's go ahead, and as far as any prosthetics, the best prosthetics to have is your malcontent whistle, And when we actually talked to the sculptor, when we upgraded this, he told us it would play a somber but enjoyable tune. And we actually use this on the headless apparitions to they kind of get stunned and you can just attack them. We're going to use this against the demon of hatred as well. The only two prosthetic tools that I use for this fight are these two. You don't even necessarily need the umbrella, but the umbrella does help. As far as any type of skills or anything, if you want to upgrade anything, the best thing I think to do is to try to get more spirit emblems. So now we'll have 18. And that's about all we can do. So let's go ahead. We're going to travel to the Flames of Hatred sculptor's idol that we got at the end of the last episode. Now, I would just let these guys here, let him kill them guys, because there is a chance that they'll get in the way of you if you run straight down there. So I would just let them just go, and we can talk for a second here. The best thing to do, get your umbrella ready. We're not going to use the malcontent whistle until the last phase, or actually the second phase. We'll use it during the second phase, and because this is a 3-phase fight. So before you go down here, I think the best thing to do is to go ahead and use any sugars or divine confetti that you're going to use to try to just bolster your attack power a little bit, because when we first run down here, we will have the ability to attack him a few times before he starts fighting back. And as you see, I'm actually out of Akko's sugars from where I've been using them. But that's fine, because we do have the Akku's Spirit Fall that we can use. I'm not going to use this because I want to save all of my spirit emblems for this fight. So it's up to you whether if you have any Akkos or not. But I am going to use a Divine Confetti. And also, I'll use a Ceremonial Tanto, Healing Gourd to fill it back up, and let's go. We're going at him. You're going to run straight at him and attack him. He does a lot of jumping. Okay, here's where you're going to use your umbrella. Wait for it to the last explosion. When you see that, you have to jump out of the way. Okay, there goes one. Now, he's going to take a minute because he's going to like moan around and whatnot. While he is moaning around, I think the best thing to do is you're going to pop a Divine Confetti, and you're going to also pop a Yashura Sugar. Now, this is going to take your health down half. So if you get hit once, you're more than likely going to die. You'll lose one of your resurrections. But what we're going to do is we're going to use our whistle to try to just deal as much damage as humanly possible to this guy. I'm also, let's see here. You could also do a dousing powder and it'll reduce any type of burn damage, but I'm not that much worried about it. So let's pop the divine confetti first. Back off a little bit because he's going to do an explosion. You don't want to be too close to him. Yashura's sugar. If you're standing too close whenever this like explosion happens before the second phase, it will knock you down. Okay, now get your whistle ready. We're ready to go now. I think we're good. There goes the explosion. You can only do it 3 times. Alright, that was my fault. Okay, wait for this flame. Okay. Now he'll run twice. I mistimed my jump. Okay, there goes the second phase. Now we're going to go into the third phase. His moaning and everything is not going to last as long as it did in the second phase. So you need to be ready. Anything you're going to use, you need to go ahead and use it now. So what we're going to actually do is do a divine confetti real quick. And we're going to use, since we don't have any Akko sugar, we're going to just pop this Akko Spirit Fall. Now, he's going to start off with an attack where he does like a sweeping attack. And the sweeping attack is going to be a 3-fold attack. He's going to sweep once, you got to jump over it. The second sweep, you just stay put. It'll go over your head. If you jump, it'll hit you. The third attack, you have to jump again. After that, then you can go in and attack him pretty easily. So here we go. Jump, stay put, jump, now go in. And as you see now, there is a ring of fire. He's going to come back. You see, headbutt at the ground a few times. Okay, use your umbrella. Wait for the explosion. If you come out of your umbrella shell too early there, he will hit you. Jump, stay down, jump. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go. We're good. He's gonna come back. Go run towards him. There we go, he's down. Double attack. Finish me, please. Now, if you unlocked like some dialogue during the game, then you'll actually find out there, like Wolf will use some dialogue that'll say, "Sorry, Sculptor," because we find out that demon is actually the sculptor. But as you've seen there, I mean, I actually beat him on my first try, which pretty amazing considering I haven't fought him in a long time. Now, when I was in the last phase there and I was pretty close to beating him, I probably should have went ahead and popped a dragon's blood droplet to give me back a resurrection just in case, because it's pretty easy to die from if you're not careful. But this is the same place we fought Giabu from the beginning of the game, so we're going to actually run up here real quick. Lump of grave wax, we'll take it. And over here, you can still access that merchant if he has anything that you need. And I think we got everything from him earlier, so we're good. Well, I guess we could get the dragon blood's droplet. Okay. Now we're going to go in here and just get some dialogue from the old lady.
あんたまた生き残ったのかい。なんとなくは分かってるんだろう。あの片腕の鬼が元は何者だったのか。
いいよ。
そうかい。その方がいいかもしれないね。何の因果か。塩素の炎に焼かれ鬼となり苦しむ者がいた。あんたはそれを終わらせた。それだけのことさね。あんた覚えておきな。塩素はもう積もる先を失った。戦が続けば世はもっとひどいことになるだろう。だからってあんたが代わりになることはないんだよ。さあ、あんたになす。
Okay, that's all the dialogue from her. We can pick that up. And now we are almost finished with the game. We can go over here and tap this sculptor's idol. This is the idol that we got after we beat Giabu. But we can re-tap it. And now there is like a cheese way that you can also beat the Demon of Hatred, but it's kind of hard to do. But we'll get our attack power raised up, and now our attack power is a 13, and that's as high as it gets in the game unless you get the dragon mask and you bump it up using skills. But you can see we can't open this, it's sealed shut. But yeah, there's actually like a tower right here, and there is a way to like jump up on the tower, jump over there, and then run over there, and then you can make the demon like fall off the cliff. But it's kind of tricky to do, and I think you should just try to fight him. And he can be beat, as you've seen. I mean, it just takes, I don't know how many times I died to him. He's definitely tough. But with that being said, the Demon of Hatred, like all the big bosses in this game, deserve his own video. So we'll come back with the final video in this series where we'll face the main boss of the game. Appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out the playlist and all other videos on my channel. Take it easy.